published 14:32 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 5th of May 2018, updated 15:37 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 5th of May 2018. All over the pitch those in red, white and black sank to their knees. Some looked to the heavens, others buried their faces in the shirts. Southampton were 20 seconds away from securing a victory that would have made them odds-on favourites to beat the drop, one that would have been fully merited. Nathan Redmond's first goal of the season could not have been better timed, nor could it have been more deserved. Then, in the last minute of the 4 that referee John Moss had added on, Everton had one last attack. Tom Davies took a speculative shot in, struck Wesley Hote's legs and wrong-footed goalkeeper Alex McCarthy, rolling apologetically into the net. Southampton's players were left heartbroken after conceding an equaliser in the 6th minute of stoppage time at Everton. Tom Davies' left hit a hopeful shot towards goal and it found the net via a big deflection off Saints defender Wesley Hote. Many Everton players brought their partners and children to Goodison Park as it was the team's final home match this season. Everton had been shocking, but somehow they had a draw. Southampton, by contrast, felt cheated, with assistant manager Mark Bowen screaming at assistant referee Edward Smart about a free kick that Everton had taken from the wrong area to set the decisive move on the way. If the visitors were crestfallen, the hosts were hardly dancing in the aisles. The end of this wretched season cannot come quick enough for Evertonians, and while the weather on Merseyside was glorious, the mood in the stadium was flat and miserable. It was indicative of the desire for change. In the build-up to kick-off, an influential supporters website ran a poll asking the smile question, "Do you want Sam Allardyce as Everton manager?" and the result was overwhelming, 88% of the 13,648 votes answering no. You could feel the tension bubbling, so much so that a fight erupted between two supporters in the main stand, close to the director's box, midway through the first half. When fans of the same team are prepared to brawl between themselves, it outlines the sense of dissatisfaction. Everton, who were without the injured Theo Walcott and Wayne Rooney, were abject. They went through the motions, never looking like raising their levels to stretch the visitors. One header from Cenk Tosun, that looped over the bar, was as good as it got for them in terms of attacking. Southampton had to realise the game was there for the taking. They are, however, in a position where they are fighting for their lives because they have not done enough as an attacking force, and, initially, they made heavy weather of trying to break Everton down. One man who did look capable of making difference, though, was Charlie Austin. Things might have been different on the South Coast had Austin not suffered such a serious hamstring issue in December, at a point when he had scored 5 times in 7 matches. He was sharp here, enjoying the tussle with Phil Jagielka and Michael Keane. During an opening 45 minutes that were best described as lamentable, Austin had the standout moment when his thumping volley forced Jordan Pickford to take decisive action. Wayne Rooney was not in Everton's matchday squad because of a calf injury, so he watched from the stands with his family. Everton fans paid tribute to Alfie Evans, a boy who died before his 2nd birthday at Alder Hey Children's Hospital in April. One of multiple banners read, "Rest in peace, Alfie Evans." The little boy the world fell in love with. You'll never be forgotten. Some fans booed Everton off at half-time, while one topless supporter was ejected from the director's box mid-match. It lifted Southampton. You could see them running faster and tackling harder. Ryan Bertrand was indefatigable down the left. Mario Lemina, who this time 12 months ago was preparing for a Champions League final with Juventus, showed flashes of quality. On the touchline, Hughes barked and bellowed and demanded his players give more. Everton, he recognised, were going through the motions, so many in blue were bad or indifferent, and the home crowd were mutinous. They booed the assistant referee when he showed there would be 1 minute of time added on. They booed the team when John Moss blew his whistle, and they booed Allardyce as he scuttled down the tunnel. Shortly after the restart, the boos and dissatisfaction was more profound. Allardyce removed Yannick Bolasie during the break to make a tactical switch, sending on Ramiro Funes Mori and switching to 3 central defenders, but that opened the game up and Southampton had the potential to hit them on the break. In the 56th minute the visitors took control. In blink of an eye, Dusan Tadic, the hero of last week's win against Bournemouth, played a ball into the space between Leighton Baines and Funes Mori that invited Cedric Soares to surge forward. Everton right-back Seamus Coleman, left, held off a challenge from Mario Lemina during a goalless first half at Goodison Park. Southampton defender Maya Yoshida rose well to win a header against Everton striker Tosin Redmond won a much more critical header on 56 minutes when he stooped to nod Southampton into the lead. Redmond and teammate Ryan Bertrand celebrated together in front of some delighted Southampton fans in the away end. Everton goalkeeper Jordan Pickford looked disappointed after being beaten by Redmond's header. Without breaking stride, the right-back whipped a magnificent cross to the back post where Redmond, who had replaced Lemina, was waiting at the back to thunder a header beyond Pickford, his former England under-21 teammate. All over the pitch, you could see joy. Hughes shook his fists with glee, the rest of Southampton's bench spilling onto the pitch in celebration. Redmond, whose season has been horribly indifferent, now had reason to roar with delight. In the corner of the Bullens Road, those who had made the journey from the South Coast knew they had witnessed a potential campaign-changing moment, a goal that had put Southampton firmly in control of their own destiny. Compare that to the opprobrium that rolled around Goodison Park and rained down on Allardyce. He has been inclined to dismiss the negative feelings towards him as something taken from social media, but this was so much more. To try and wrestle the game back, Allardyce introduced two more substitutes, Oumar Niasse and Davy Klaassen, but such was the impoverished nature of Everton's attacking play, the only question that needed to be answered was if Southampton had the nerve to hold on. The answer, regrettably for Hughes, was no. Maya Yoshida was sent off for 2 late yellow cards and his absence at the back proved decisive. Southampton, who face Swansea on Tuesday, must hope the last actions do not lead to the last rites. Under pressure, Toffee's manager Sam Allardyce was seen scratching his head while looking to the floor. Southampton defender Maya Yoshida was sent off on 85 minutes after committing 2 bookable offences. Referee John Moss held the red card aloft as Southampton were reduced to 10 men for the closing stages. The 10 men of Southampton almost held on, only for Alex McCarthy to be beaten with effectively the last kick. Davies celebrated his late goal by clenching his fist and touching the badge on his shirt as Leighton Baines congratulated him.